there, welcome to my home. I'm gonna show you today how to make a tartlet shell. This is a cookie texture, full of flavor, butter, orange, vanilla, super easy to put together. It freezes super well as well. And you can add whatever you want to it. You could put chocolate pudding, you could put lemon curd. Today I'm gonna make a custard. I'm gonna add a custard to it with just some simple fruits on top. It's gonna be gorgeous, and even more, it's gonna be delicious. So let me show you how to do it. All right, so we're gonna start off with 250 grams of flour. I'm using all-purpose flour. That's about 1.75 cups. I'm gonna add this to the processor. Also, I'm gonna add icing sugar, 100 grams of icing sugar, which is about a cup. You could add a cup, it'll be fine. All right, to that we're gonna add 4 ounces of butter. All right, to that salted butter is fine. And a little pinch of salt, a little extra pinch of salt, and I'm just going to give that a buzz until it is well combined. You can do it by hand, but I just find it's an easier step. It's a lot quicker. So just until it's not bouncing around and it's crumbly like sand, or there, I don't hear it anymore. Now I'm going to transfer it to a bowl. Now if there's any chunks, you can just squish them with your hands. It'll work just as fine. It just takes a little more time. There's always 1 or 2 little bits left. But if you're feeling nostalgic and you want to crumble it by hand, you can do that too. All right, make sure all the bumps are gone. You don't want to play with it too much because you want the butter to stay cold. All right, cold butter is essential. To this, I am going to add 2 egg yolks. This is going to give it the richness, beautiful color. There we go, 2 egg yolks. I'm going to add the zest of an orange. You can also add lemon if that's what you have. But orange is so nice, especially if you're making a chocolate pie. So try not to take the white. Oh, that smells so good already. Also, I have a vanilla pod where I'm just going to take out the inside of it. Some beautiful seeds. There you have it. Those are thousands of little seeds. It's going to add such a nice flavor. There, look at that. Beautiful. Got some beautiful flavors. I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of milk. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll give it a nice little stir in the middle to start, and then we're going to finish it with our hands. Okay, so just bring it together. You don't want to overwork it. You want it to stay cold. So you don't want to work it, you're not kneading it, you're just waiting for it to come together. So once it's come together, we are going to wrap it up in plastic wrap and just let it rest for around half an hour, up to an hour. All right, so it's been in the fridge for half an hour, 45 minutes. I've put my stove to 350 degrees. I'm gonna take some flour my surface lightly. There you go. I'm going to see how much this will give me. So I'm gonna make 2, I've separated in 2. I'm going to have 2 rounds. I have a molds with removable bottoms, which make it super easy. I have a 9, a 10, a 9, and a 6, I believe, which I know this is gonna probably fit the last 2. So I'll probably use a 6 and a 9, or you can make 112. So lightly dust your surface and keep your pie crust moving, right? We don't want to over flour it either. All right, so this will probably be for the smaller one. Let's use this one. Go. So you want to work with it lightly and quickly because you want it to stay cold. So you can take your rolling pin and you'll just roll on the tops and pull that off, and there you have it. One that's ready to go. You're gonna pick it with a fork, and then we're gonna blind bake it. There you have it. Perfect. Looks gorgeous. You can see the orange rind and the beautiful vanilla flecks. Do it one more time. Will we try? Yeah. Perfect. So it fits a 9-inch and a 10-inch pan. So fold it over. Seems a little thinner on this side, so I might just, I didn't do it perfectly. I seldom do. There we go. This one, I'm gonna take some from here. I'm gonna add it. Really? Not to worry. I'm always making mistakes. It always turns out perfect. So. All right. So pat it in there. You're not even gonna notice. All right, so what blind baking does, it stops it from collapsing. So, and popping up, because if you didn't do this, this would definitely pop up. So what I'm gonna do is take some parchment paper. Don't use wax paper because it will just melt. Now, if you have beans for blind baking, you can use that, but I'm just gonna use rice. And then I'm gonna reuse my rice. It's just gonna like toast it. And you're gonna press it in, just like that, in all the corners. Same for this big one here. All right. So a nice, because you don't want it to pop up. All right, so for 10 minutes, 350 degrees. Timer, 10 minutes. All right, so the alarm just went off. It's been 10 minutes of blind baking. So let me grab one of these. I'll do one at a time. You're just gonna remove the parchment paper very gently. Let your rice cool, and we'll pop this right back in for 5 more minutes. Well, the ones with the removable bottoms, you have to remember that they will come apart if you poke the bottoms up. So the parchment paper stays cold, so you don't have to worry about that. Just wrap it up really close. And you can use your rice over again. It just has a roasted flavor. So pop this back in the oven. Oh, and the aroma of orange smells so good. All right, so 5 more minutes, 6 minutes, till it's nice and golden brown. Perfect, exciting, almost done. They are looking beautiful. Something I like to do at this point is drop some chocolate chips on the top. Not too many. So just a couple tablespoons. They'll start melting right away. So after a minute or two, I want you to just take a spatula and start making a very thin layer, so thin. Sometimes I remove some of the chocolate. Just want it to be a barrier between the soft custard or the chocolate pudding, so then it'll last more than a day and without having a soggy bottom. Nobody likes a soggy bottom. Thinnest layer, even if you start to see the bottom of the pie crust, that's perfect. You really don't need a lot of chocolate. Just keep scraping. Yeah, just the thinnest of layers. So these beautiful shells are going to be filled with a vanilla custard. The custard, I will put the link above. It's a very simple recipe that you can throw together, but you can also put chocolate pudding in here. You could put lemon curd, that would be delicious as well, with some whipped cream and fresh berries. These are so delicious. Or I could just freeze this one, which I probably will do. I'll freeze the larger one, and because it's only Amelia and I this week, we'll probably just eat this one. So freeze it for the weekend, make a chocolate, fresh chocolate pudding or something, add it to this, it'll be delicious. You are gonna fall in love with the textures, the flavors. You have the orange, the chocolate. The delicious, delicate custard is so tasty. I want you to give it a try. Let me know your thoughts on it. Don't forget to subscribe so we can see each other next Wednesday. I'll have another great recipe for you. Have a great week. Cheers.